Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Speakeasy Daily Conversations. I'm Olivia, and today's episode is something that can truly change your future, especially if you are preparing for a job interview in English.
And I'm Ethan. Yes, today we're not just talking about interview questions. We're going to simulate real interview situations, including nervous moments, thinking pauses, and how to respond naturally, even when you feel pressure.
Because let's be honest, interviews are not easy. Even if you prepare, even if you know the answers, when you're actually in the situation, it feels different.
Exactly. Your mind starts racing, your heart beats faster, and suddenly even simple sentences feel difficult.
And when it's in English, the pressure doubles.
Yes, because now you're not only thinking about your ideas, but also about grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation at the same time.
Let's start from the beginning. Imagine you walk into the interview room. What's the first impression?
The first impression is not just about your words. It's about your energy, your body language, and how you greet the interviewer.
So even before speaking, communication has already started.
Exactly. A simple "good morning, it's nice to meet you" with a calm tone can already show confidence.
Let's begin the interview. Good morning. Please, have a seat. Can you tell me about yourself?
Good morning. Thank you. It's nice to meet you. My name is Ethan, and I recently completed my studies in business administration. During my academic journey, I became very interested in communication and teamwork, especially through group projects and presentations, where I had the opportunity to collaborate with others and share ideas. In addition to that, I also had an internship experience where I learned how to manage responsibilities, work under deadlines, and adapt to a professional environment. At this stage, I'm looking for an opportunity where I can continue to grow, improve my skills, and contribute to a team in a meaningful way. I'm particularly interested in roles where I can communicate, learn, and develop both professionally and personally.
That's a very strong answer. But let me ask you something. What if someone feels nervous and forgets what to say?
That's very normal. In that situation, it's okay to slow down. You can pause, take a breath, and continue. Silence for a few seconds is better than rushing and losing clarity.
Let's continue. Why do you want to work here? That's a great question. I'm interested in this position because I feel that it matches both my skills and my interests. I've always enjoyed working in environments where communication and collaboration are important. And from what I understand, your company values those qualities. I'm also interested in learning more about how your team works and contributing to the company's goals. For me, this is not just about getting a job, but about being part of a place where I can grow and make a positive impact over time. That sounds very natural. Not too perfect, but very real. Exactly. That's the key. Don't try to sound like a script. Speak like a person. Let's move to a more difficult question. What are your strengths? I would say one of my strengths is my ability to stay calm and focused, even in situations where there is pressure. I try to approach challenges step by step instead of feeling overwhelmed. Another strength is my willingness to learn. I don't expect myself to know everything, but I'm always open to feedback and new experiences, and I think that helps me grow continuously. I also value communication, so I try to express my ideas clearly and listen carefully to others, especially when working in a team. That feels very balanced. Now let's make it harder. What is your weakness? One thing I've been working on is overthinking. Sometimes I spend too much time trying to make sure everything is perfect, which can slow me down. However, I've been learning to manage that by focusing more on taking action and improving as I go, instead of waiting until everything feels perfect. And I've noticed that this approach helps me become more productive and more confident over time. That's honest, but also shows progress.
Exactly. The goal is not to be perfect, it's to show awareness.
Let's go deeper into a real scenario. Can you tell me about a time you faced a challenge?
Yes, I remember during my internship, I was involved in a project with a tight deadline. At first, I felt quite overwhelmed because there were many tasks to manage, and I wasn't sure how to organize everything effectively. Instead of trying to handle everything at once, I started to break the project into smaller steps. I also communicated more actively with my team, asking questions and making sure we were aligned. As we continued, things became more manageable, and we were able to complete the project successfully. From that experience, I learned the importance of staying organized, communicating clearly, and not letting pressure affect my focus too much.
That's very strong storytelling. Now let's create a more difficult moment. You don't understand the question. What strategies would you use to improve team efficiency?
I'm sorry, could you please repeat or clarify the question?
That's perfect.
Yes, never pretend to understand. It's always better to ask.
Let's continue.
Thank you. I believe improving team efficiency starts with clear communication. When everyone understands their role and responsibilities, it becomes easier to work together. I would also focus on setting clear goals and priorities so the team knows what to focus on first. In addition, I think it's important to create an environment where people feel comfortable sharing ideas and feedback, because that can lead to better solutions.
Let's go into a very real situation. You feel nervous, your mind goes blank. What should you do?
This happens more often than people think. In that moment, instead of panicking, you can say something like, "That's an interesting question. Let me take a moment to think about it."
That gives you time.
Yes, and it shows professionalism.
Let's try the final question. Why should we hire you?
I believe I can bring value to your team through my willingness to learn, my ability to communicate effectively, and my commitment to doing my best in every task. I may not have all the experience yet, but I'm motivated to grow, adapt, and contribute in a meaningful way. I'm ready to learn, and I'm ready to take responsibility.
That's confident, but still humble.
Exactly. That balance is very important.
Let's go deeper into mindset. What is the biggest mistake people make in interviews?
They try to be perfect. They try to give the right answer instead of a real answer.
And that makes them sound unnatural.
Yes, interviews are conversations, not performances.
Before we end, I want to ask one final question. If someone feels nervous about an interview in English, what would you say?
I would say it's okay to feel nervous. It means you care. But don't let that fear stop you from expressing yourself. You don't need perfect English. You just need clear communication. Speak slowly, think clearly, and trust yourself.
Let's reflect on today's conversation.
Yes,
Interviews are not about perfection.
they are about connection.
You don't need big words.
You need clear ideas.
Confidence doesn't come from memorizing.
It comes from understanding and practice.
All right, everyone, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Keep practicing, keep preparing, and believe in your ability to grow.
And remember,
You are not just answering questions.
you are showing who you are.
See you in the next episode of Speak Easy, Daily Conversations.
Take care.